You know what I'm saying? Your eyes been open. Huh?
And then I'm going to leave these two folders, this one for me, and I'll leave this one after I get ready.
Because what? Because I'm going to wait too.
So I actually work for, I'll be 3 years, November 28th, with this organization, Equiticity, which is a local nonprofit in this neighborhood. Any of you all received any of those free bikes?
My kids' eyes
a couple of years ago, y'all heard about it, those people that was giving out stipends and people was riding around those e-bikes and stuff like that. That's the organization that I work for. So we have worked with the city of Chicago to acquire these three lights. These three lights right here, 2107 through 2111, South Pulaski, to build what we call a mobility hub. That's the document that you have in your hand. So we also have a partnership with Pastor Phil, who I'm pretty sure many of you are familiar with. He introduced me to Tim. I actually know Tim's sister, and didn't know that was his sister. We have a really good relationship, but I wanted to make sure, just from the initial conversation that we had, that I can come and talk to you all about what this is, why it matters, how you all can be involved, because in order for us to bring it to fruition, community has to be involved in it. So I just want to tell you a little bit about the organization and then about what we're looking to bring here, because what it is directly beneficial to the community. It's not something that we're selling, but we are looking to bring, again, opportunity into market. So Equiticity was founded back in 2017. As I stated, I've only been with the organization for going on 3 years now. I serve as the director of programs. So I oversee, we have a youth workforce development program. I don't know if any of your young people have participated, but young people in the neighborhood get to come into our program to learn about e-bikes, e-bike mechanics, how to disassemble and reassemble bikes. Once they finish those cohorts, we give them a stipend and they get a new bike. So when it's the school year, that program is 12 weeks. When it's the summertime, it's 6 weeks. So I'll make sure that Tim has information about it. So if you have any young people, 15 to 19 years of age, that live in the neighborhood, they can register to sign up. The cohort is 20. So of course we go through that process, first come, first serve, but we walk through to see who may be available. Oftentimes by the summer, some young people already have other things that they're doing, so they fall off and then it makes room for other people. So that's one of the initiatives that we have happening consistently in the neighborhood. So related to this mobility hub, the Go Hub is what we call it. If you're not familiar with the mobility hub, they're traditionally regional in approach. If you've ever gone like near a Metra or Amtrak, you'll sometimes see where they have mobility devices where you can grab a bike. Sometimes you can grab a scooter. There's never really a covering. What we want to do is bring that to the community at low to no cost. So we would be building a physical facility right here on this land, and we would have access at low to no cost to community residents. Of course, it'll be a sliding scale because not everybody in this community may fall under low to moderate income. But those who are low to moderate income will be low to no cost, and they will get access to e-bikes, scooters, and we'll have shared EVs. As you all know, there is no access currently to any EVs. There's not even any access, public access, to charging infrastructure. So if someone is looking to purchase an electric vehicle, where would they charge it? This will be a facility where they will have access to be able to do that.
You put a charge station right there?
Yeah, so the facility, so what I'm saying, this facility that we would build, it would be a building where people can come in to,
I'm listening. I'm listening.
So it would be a physical facility. We would have charging infrastructure for the e-bikes, e-scooters, and EVs right on the property. The EVs will be at the back of the facility, right off the alley. That's where the charging and the parking would be. We would have the bikes and the e-scooters off the sideways. But the other thing and the important thing about the e-cargo bikes, are you all familiar with e-cargo bikes?
No.
So y'all familiar with an e-bike, right? So the e-cargo bike is like an upgraded version of the e-bike, which allows you to pull cargo. And you have bikes, some of these bikes you can pull minimum 100 extra pounds. So that's a really good thing, right? For people who may not be able to afford cars or not have cars, you can add something to that cargo bike, go to the grocery store, all of that stuff. And we see all of these folks around here doing a lot of these deliveries for food and all of these things. So it's an opportunity to give people access not only to transportation, but maybe access to do some entrepreneurial activities that they need to. And so these are things that we would offer here at the Go Hood. It'll also be an office space. Right now we all work remote, so I work remotely, like we don't have an office space, so that will be our office space. We've already been in talks with CTA to have wayfinding services there, as well as if you need to purchase your venture cards and things of that nature, because that's why we want to be near the train. You all live over here. We know that there's not another bus from Pulaski until you get to Cicero. So it's really a way to address the transportation inequities that exist in this neighborhood. And again, giving people alternative access when they can't necessarily always rely on the bus, or the bus only goes so far and they need to get to another part of the neighborhood. We also will have the workforce development program. So the one that I just spoke about with the e-bikes that we teach with the young people 15 to 19, we'll look to expand that to 20 to 27-year-olds, because that age range is actually looking to get employed. High schoolers, right, they gotta go to school, so they're not necessarily going right into a job, but the intention would be to do that. We already have relationships with a solar panel certifier to do that as well in this facility. So people in the neighborhood can learn about solar panel, how to get certified in that, and maybe even assist with us putting the solar panels on this facility, because this construction will be net zero, geothermal, all of the green technology is what the goal is for this particular facility. There will be access to community space, so even as you're doing this, a partnership for your annual potluck, right? Come over here, and now you got a space where you all can meet and gather there. We have, also you probably are familiar, maybe you participated in some of these bike rides. It happens sometimes with Boxing Out Negativity and things of that nature. That's my organization that I work for. We partner with them on those Friday night rides, and then we do overall bike rides, scooter rolls, walking tours in and throughout the neighborhood. So that will be the place where we can now start and end those rides instead of some random places that we have been doing. Advocacy, for instance, I don't know if you all care or know, but look at this double curve out here. That's not how the street is supposed to be made. It's also problematic if you have people with disabilities and things of that nature. So having something like this, we now become an advocacy hub for ourselves to say, hey, we need more curb cuts. We need these roads fixed. We need more streetscape. We need more lighting at the various areas for the bus. We need bus shelters. So it's a way for us to start socializing and working together to bring to this neighborhood what we need. But as you can see, the specific interest around this initially is a lot of workforce development, but centered around transportation and green technology. And so that is really what we're looking to do. We have partnerships with Boxing Out Negativity, Firehouse. I Am Able has agreed to provide mental health services, and so that'll be at no cost to community folks if they want to do individual and group therapy. We also will have space to do healing services, so people who may be into meditation, yoga, things of that nature. We all know our community needs a lot of assistance in a lot of ways that we deal with the trauma that we experience on a day-to-day basis. And so it's important for people to understand that this is for them. This is a space that we want them to access. This is a space that we want to provide opportunities. So again, the reason I wanted to have this conversation, and I can have other conversations in the future as we progress through this, but it's important for us to know why this matters, how different this is. Like, you don't see this does not exist anywhere. This will be the first and the model. We've already been talking to state legislators, other folks from across the state who would like to see something like this, because again, transportation inequity is a real issue. In Lawndale, y'all didn't know, we have one of the highest rates of people without access to a vehicle. So it's important that we do these sorts of things, and again, the opportunity, once there is construction, we're intentional about who we're choosing for that and how we can get people in the community involved through youth qualified to be doing those jobs. We will have the workforce development, so the goal is to have those who have an interest in
Working.
charging infrastructure, learning about charging infrastructure, learning about solar, how you guys can get into those programs that we will provide. This for the adults, So a lot of the workforce development will be centered around adults because those people are like So,
It shouldn't be a program for the people in the middle. They got to hire 25% of people from the
now what I
Right. Most get hired without no program or being involved in anything.
Oh no, the workforce development is separate. You do have to have whatever the skill set is what I'm saying. I'm not a construction person, but whatever is required for them to hire folks, we gotta make sure that they're working with community. What I'm saying is, if you have the skills, because I don't know. I'm not gonna say if you don't know how to use a hammer that you can get a job.
I'm asking questions. You got to ask questions, then you can get to see what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to ask questions, but look, read what you
I heard of y'all asking questions about the job.
Yeah.
Right, he ain't asking about this, he asking about the job.
Construction.
Right.
Yeah. So from construction, like